Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Today's kind of a fun day for me because I get to take you on a walking tour of my Christmas decor. I like to do a video like this every single year. I think I called it Behind the Scenes Christmas last year, but it's basically where I get to take you around and show you up close and personal all my different decorations that I use because I like to keep my like official Christmas home tour just set to music, and I think that is so lovely, and I love watching videos like that. But I also like watching videos like this where you get to see up close what things look like, where they're from, that sort of thing. So that is what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to keep it super low key. I'm using my phone, so if it's a little shaky, that is why. I figured this would be the easiest way to do it. We'll just kind of do it vlog style, take you around my living room, dining room, possibly my kitchen. My kitchen's a mess right now, though, so you might have to overlook that. And then I can also show you my Tacky Christmas area as well. So that is the plan. So I think what we'll do is let's start in the dining room today. Then we'll go around the lower level here, and then we'll take you upstairs to the Tacky Christmas area. So let's go ahead and get started. Start in the dining room today. This room turned out really cute for me, and I love it. We'll start with the table. On the table, I just have a basic wreath that I picked up at Hobby Lobby probably 4 or 5 years ago. And to that, I added some berries, and then I added 2 different types of little sprigs of other greenery, just to kind of fill it out, make it look a little more dimensional. And I think that turned out nice. And then in the middle of the wreath, I placed this tureen filled with roses. These roses are also from Hobby Lobby. I bought them last year and I used them for a centerpiece as well. And I love them so much. I think they look so lifelike. So I've had to use them again this year because they make such a great pop of red to go with my decor. So I love those. And then I have these candlesticks, which I thrifted these. They are vintage. I can't remember. Are they marked on the bottom? No, they are not marked. But I just love the poinsettia on it. I think that's so pretty. And then I have some of these swirl candles. It's not really showing up very well, but I lit them the other night and they're leaking a little bit. But that's all right. Look at this, how close it came to my tablecloth. Oh, I did get some on my runner. Oh, bummer. Oh, well. But I think that's really pretty to use the red candles. And then, of course, there's this runner right here. And this was from the Target dollar spot a few years back. And I just love the little ticking stripes. So I thought that altogether looked very, very nice. Let's move on over here to this little piano bench that I have. The piano bench itself is thrifted. I have had this probably for like 15 years at this point. I gave it a coat of paint. I painted it black first, and then I did my distressing technique with the white paint on top of it so that you get that nice kind of two-toned look, and I love it so much. So that is a staple here in the house. And then on top of that, I have another piece of ticking fabric. This, I can't remember. I want to say I bought it. It's just a piece of fabric. It isn't even like hemmed or anything. I just cut it. But it's got the stripes on it, which I love. And I think I picked it up at Hobby Lobby, if I remember right. I can't remember. It's been a while since I bought it, and this is the first time I've used it. So I thought that was a nice little way to add a little bit of red over here. And then I have my collection of tin houses, which I absolutely love. These are so fun to have out at night. I'm not sure where all these came from. Some of them already have lights in them, and some don't. This has candles in it, like battery operated candles, and so does that one. So I'm loving this little area. Oh, and then I also have to show you this. I have these little candles in the window, and I absolutely love them. I did thrift these, but I did find some very similar on Amazon. So I will link those down below if you're interested in them at all. They do come on at the same time every single night, and I think that is so awesome. So I have one there. I have one on the other side, and I also have them in my living room and my kitchen. So I love that. I didn't really do anything with my hutch except for adding this little stocking that I made years ago. It's still one of my favorites. I actually have 3 of them, and I love them so much. I think they're so cute. So I added that there, just hanging on the hook, and then that's all I did for the Hutch. I didn't even put any greenery up there. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's a nice little touch right there. Moving over into the corner, I have my roll top desk, which I love, and I'm still not sure if I like it in this corner, but I love the desk. So for here, it will sit for a little bit longer because I cannot figure out any other place to use it in my house. And I have added some things to it as well. These lamps are still here from Halloween time. I just kept them up there. Next to the lamps, I added some of my vintage Christmas cards, which I absolutely love. And then, of course, I have a little vintage ornament, and then this sweet little angel that I thrifted as well. It's actually an ornament, but I like to just set her out. This card is absolutely beautiful. I'm getting a really bad glare. The sun it's not real bright out today. But this was sent to me by a subscriber, and I absolutely love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. This one here came in a box that I bought of Christmas cards probably, I don't know, 10 years ago. And they have like 4 or 5 different designs, and I really liked this one this year because it had so much red on it. So I got that one out. And then this one here was also sent to me by a subscriber, and I love and adore this one since it has the poinsettia and the candle on it. Like my 3 big things for vintage decor, I love to see either the candle, the poinsettias, or the bells. So that like covers all my bases. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then down below here, I just have my clock. I added some greenery and a little ornament, and then another one of these cards from that box that I was talking about. Then I have this little photo. Everyone asks me if it's me or my mom. It is not. I found it at the thrift store, or not the thrift store, the antique store. But I just thought she was so cute, and I love that it was in a white, little holder. So I picked it up. I thought it was cute. And look at her cute little dress. I mean, seriously. How adorable is that? And then I also added a few more vintage ornaments on this side and over here on this side. So that is what I have used on my little roll top desk. And then finally, we have the hutch, which I love. I have gathered up all of the red and white pieces that I have and added on there. I also added the other 2 little stockings that I made. I got one there and one over here. So I have those 2. I had to use them somewhere, so I had to throw them in there somewhere, anywhere I could get them to go. And then I just filled up the hutch with all of my red and white stuff that I love so much. And then, of course, I added some greenery on the top, and I love the way that it just kind of spills over the side. Now, I get a lot of questions about my greenery. It is real. I buy a garland that's like 20 feet long at Costco every single year. I take it apart and use the branches and the clippings however I want in the house, and I always have plenty to use. It does get crispy. I have been told that I can spritz it with water every day and it will stay nicer longer, but you know what? I don't care. Nor do I have the time to do that. But it's pretty crispy right now. It's been up for what, a week and a half now, but it still keeps its color, it keeps its shape, and if you don't touch it, it doesn't break. So it just stays there looking beautiful, even though it's crispy. So I'll just give you a quick little view of each of the shelves, and most everything is thrifted. I'll let you know, like these are little ornaments from Hobby Lobby. Those are not thrifted. We've got 2 of those on that shelf. Then I have the shelf down here, which I added a little bit of greenery. My whole idea for my hutch this year is I wanted things to stay very, very simple. So I didn't add a lot of greenery. I just added a lot of red and white, and then little pops of green with the greenery. These little trees, I get lots of questions about these. They are from IKEA. I bought them last year. I bought like 6 of them. And I should have bought more because I love them so much. I haven't got to IKEA to see if they have any this year, But I'm thinking that they probably do. If you have one in your area, you might want to check it out. And then more thrifted items up there and little bits of Christmas decor just to kind of round everything out. And then of course I've got this area down here, all the little pictures that I love, my ironstone pictures. And then I have a vintage postcard. This postcard might have been my very first one that I ever bought for Christmas, and I just love the little house on it. I just think it is perfect. And the saying is amazing. A joyous Christmas. I think that's so awesome. So we got that there. And then on this side, everything over here is thrifted as well. Little bits of Christmas ornaments. And then my Santa mugs. I used 2 of them here. And then I have 2 more that I just thrifted this year. If you saw my thrift store Thursday where I shared this find with you, I was so excited, you guys. I've been looking for Santa mugs, like true vintage Santa mugs, for years, and I actually found 4 of them. So I was super excited. So I added those in there as well. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should add a little something into each of them. But you know what, like I said, I was going for a very simple look, and I think at the time, I was pretty happy with it. But now I'm thinking I need to add something to the Santas, but I probably won't. So that is a look at the dining room. Sorry, it's so gloomy today. I'm having a hard time getting a good view. This room itself is hard for me to video because it doesn't get any direct sunlight. But anyways, I think it turned out really nice. I'm very happy with how this room turned out. All right, so moving on into the living room. Now, if you see little puppies or little dog toys, that's just the way it is. Or if you happen to see crumpled pillows, that is from the dogs. I seriously just fixed that like 2 minutes ago, turned around, and this is what it looks like. So that's just the way it's gonna be. So I have, starting off here in this corner, I've got my wingback chair with my ticking stripe cover that I made years and years and years ago. I have the pillow. That's from a tablecloth that I made 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. I have quite a few. I think I have 4 in this particular pattern and a couple in a different pattern. And then I have a nice cozy red blanket because the dogs like that. I normally have it scooched up more onto the seat so they can lay on it because they like to sit in this chair and they can see out the front window over here, and then they can see out the window over there. So it's a good spot for them. And then next to that, I have this little table, which has been thrifted. I gave it a little makeover, just stressed it. I haven't really used it, but it seems like perfect for this room right next to this table or chair. So I'm loving that. This candle holder I recently thrifted. I'm like totally into anything with glass globes on it, whether it be candle holders or oil lamps. I'm just all about the glass globes lately. So this caught my eye, and then I put a wreath around it. Now this is one of those delightfully plastic wreaths from probably the 70s, and I absolutely love it. I love the little red berries and the two-toned leaves. So I always try to use this in a pretty prominent place, and this is, look, it's simplicity and beauty in the same, and I absolutely love it. So I had to use that down here instead of in my Tacky Christmas area because I just love this wreath so much. So that sits there next to the chair, and then next to the chair we have the Christmas tree. I am probably the worst Christmas tree decorator ever. I never like to spend very much time on it. I don't know why it is, but so I just kind of slap stuff up on the tree and call it a day. We have quite a few new ornaments on the tree this year. Well, not new, but new to us, and like vintage ornaments. That's what I wanted to use. Like I have vintage ornaments or reproduction ornaments that I've found at like thrift stores and church sales. Then I have ornaments that used to be my grandmother's. That's what all the colored bulbs on the tree are from. Then I have ones like this that are from Hobby Lobby this year. Then I think this was from Hobby Lobby last year. I love these little ones with the little vignettes inside of them, especially because it's got a bottle brush tree and a deer. I mean, how perfect is that for me? Then I have other ones like this that I have collected over the years at like antique stores and stuff like that. I have a few. I used to do my tree owl in white and silver. So I always had those, and I love how they sparkle, so I added those in. I've got ones like this where I've just fell in love with it. I think this was from Target last year. Then I have a couple silver accents because I wanted to use both silver and gold. And then, let's see, I've got ones like this that I found at Hobby Lobby this year. I absolutely love these. I ended up finding like 6 of these. So I went to a couple different Hobby Lobbies. Then there's another style that I have 2 like this, which I love. Then I have some glass ornaments. These are from Hobby Lobby, I think last year. This is another one that I got from my grandmother. And then I have a few of my favorite, I can never remember what these are called. Like, what are they called, you guys? Stained glass kind of ornaments, I guess you would call them. But I love these. I remember making them when I was a kid. I found a box of them last year, the year before, I think it was the year before. And so I keep a couple of my favorites, and I put those on the big tree every year. We decided to go old school and use actual tinsel this year, which was kind of a fun thing. I wish I would have had one more strand of it, but it worked out fine. I used 3 packages of it. And then I have things like this, which I've thrifted, but it reminds me so much of something that we had on our tree when I was a kid. So of course I had to add that into it because I was doing like a vintage themed tree this year. These are from Hobby Lobby this year. I have 3 of them, I think, and they each have a different design. So things like that. Oh, here's another one that I really love that I thrifted. A whole bunch of these. One year I found these, I want to say like 5-6 years ago, maybe. If you look way back at my Christmas decor, I used these on my Christmas table one year as like a topper on top of my napkins on the plates, and I thought it turned out so cute. So that's kind of a fun way. I think these would be cute for that idea too. But anyways, and then of course, these right here. I love these. I can't remember, where are these from? They don't have tags on them. I want to say either Hobby Lobby or like Walmart, and they had them at the stores for a couple of years, so I ended up with like, I don't know, I think I have like 8 of them. I don't know if you guys know, but I used to be obsessed with glitter houses. I used to make my own glitter houses, and I used to bleach my own bottle brush trees, and I was just obsessed with it. But I've kind of since stopped being quite so obsessed with those, and I've kind of turned more towards the whole vintagey vibe. Anyways, I'm just babbling now. Anyways, so that is kind of what our tree was, just kind of a mishmash of anything and everything I could put on here that seemed vintage-like to me. And I absolutely love how it turned out. And I feel like this is the way a tree should be, just a mixture of a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm very pleased with it. Oh, you know what? I should show you my tree skirt too as well. It is a little crumpled right now. It is actually a vintage tablecloth. And if you watched my home tour, you'll know that it was nicely laid out and pretty. And as you can tell, it is no longer like that. It actually has another blanket underneath it in case, let me see if I can get down there. Can you see that? It's got another plaid blanket underneath it. It's just a fleece blanket. And that gives it a little more, what do you call it? There's a little more volume. And makes it look a little more full feeling. And yeah, so I put that down there. The reason why it is all messed up is because of this little guy right here who likes to go underneath there and hide under there until Rama comes by, and then she pounces on her. So it gets a little messed up. I have fixed it quite a few times, and I'm kind of done fixing it at this point. So the way it sits is the way it's going to be unless it gets pulled out, because she did pull it out one time and decided that it would be a fun thing to pull around the house. So things you gotta live with a puppy. All right, so then next to the tree, we have this area over here. It has like this built-in, I don't know what you want to call it, like buffet or something like that, Lots of storage in there, my friends. I've got candles in those two candle holders, more candle holders. I got a lot of candle holders. So that worked out perfectly. Lots of storage. I like that. Um, oh, I've got my dining room centerpiece sitting over here right now because I'm in the process of painting something for my daughter. So that's sitting here. And that is just a mixture of faux greenery with some of those clips from that garland. And then I've got battery operated candles. I can link those down below. I got these at off of Amazon and I really like them. They have a timer and you can make them flicker more, you can like dim them, lots of things. So I love those, and then I just filled in around it with vintage ornaments, and I think it turned out super cute. So we'll just leave that there for now and work around it. So in the middle here, I have this crate that's turned upside down to use as a riser. And then I have two vintage cards. These are from that box that I was telling you about earlier. I just love them. Look at this one. I just love it. And of course, I love this one too. So I have those two there. And then on top of it, I have a trio of oil lamps. These are some of my favorites. I have picked them for the varying sizes and different designs, so it looks a little more texture into the area. And then I have some ornaments, and these are actually sitting on these little reflectors that used to go on Christmas trees over the lights or the candles. So I thought that would be a nice little way to keep my ornaments from rolling away so that I can actually see the design on them. So I think that's kind of a fun way to use those. So I have one on each side. And then above, I have this gorgeous painting that I found at the thrift store. I absolutely loved it, and I have to use it every single year. So I thought I would throw it into this area because I didn't know what else to hang up here, and it turned out to be perfect, even though it's a little small for the space, granted. But to kind of bulk it up a little bit, I put this little garland on it, and I love it. This is a garland that I picked up at Michael's a few years ago. It's the kind that are just rolled up in like a little ball or like in a little wreath, and you think it's a wreath, but it's actually a garland. Yeah, I love it because it's got like the cedar branches and like the little berries, and it's perfect. And I wish oh, it even has little pine cones on it. So I wish I would have picked up more because I have yet to find this particular one ever again. And I really love this one. So that's kind of a bummer, but I have this one, so I enjoy it. And I think it looks really nice. I've used it over picture frames like this before. I've used it over mirrors, that sort of thing. So I love it. And then moving down over here, I have this little coach that I thrifted a couple years back. I love the little bottle brush trees inside of it. So then over here, I have this adorable plastic church, which I am obsessed with, and I keep looking for more, and I haven't been able to find any. I found this at an antique store. It was less than 20 bucks, and I love it. It does still have the plug, as you can see in the back. I just have it kind of like taped to the back of it because it looks scary, and I don't want to plug it in. So I just kind of hide it, and I just love this church. Normally, I have bottle brush trees around it. I don't know what happened to the trees. Someone stole my trees, people. Anyways, it used to have bottle brush trees on either side of these. The girls must have stolen them and moved them somewhere. They do this to me. They like randomly take my stuff and like put them in different spots on me to see how long it takes for me to notice. Anyways, oh man. So anyways, I have the church propped up on some vintage ornament boxes, which I thought was kind of a fun way to use those. And then I have this little strand of lights that light up at night. I think they're cute because they kind of look like little snowballs. These are just battery operated. They come on a timer. I think I bought them at Michael's last year. And it's perfectly long enough for me to wrap around all the way to the other side, which is awesome. Which brings us to this side. And I absolutely love, you guys, how this side turned out. I started with the lamp. I always have the little lamp here because it's nice to have a lamp in this room at nighttime. And then I added this crate upside down to use as a riser. And then I added some of my favorite vintage photos that I found at antique stores. No, none of these are actual relatives, but I buy ones that I like the clothes that they're wearing, or that I like their frames. And this particular one, I like both the frame and the clothes because to me it looks like a 40s print. I could be wrong. Maybe it's 30s. I don't know. But then this frame here is just absolutely gorgeous. And I love the unique shape of it. And then this one, I love the frame as well. And I didn't have a guy one, at all. So I thought this would be perfect. So I picked that up. And then I added some Christmas baubles in between them all. This little ornament is from Michael's. I know they had them this year. I have two of them, and one here and one in the kitchen. And then a little ornament. And then I have this little bowl. And inside the bowl, I just have some Shiny Brights. Well, they're reproduction Shiny Brights. And then a cute little postcard, which I love. Look at that little girl hanging up her cute little wreath. And then I have some vintage-inspired Santa ornaments that I've tucked in as well. And then I have this little gift. I had this down by my candles in front of my fireplace. But as you can see, somebody started tearing into it. So I had to put it up somewhere safe. But this is vintage wrapping paper that I found and I absolutely loved. And then last year, I just kind of used it to decorate this box. And now I have this cute little gift to use as decoration. And I just love it. So I'll just have to tape up this corner a little bit. And that would be good. So that is this section of the room. All right, so then we can move on to the fireplace area. Now, it might get kind of crazy over here because the sun is starting to come out and get bright, but I absolutely love how this area turned out. So very vintage inspired, and I just love it so, so much. Rayma has found herself a nice sunny spot. She's not going to be happy when I come over there and get her out of the way. All right, since we're already down here, we'll start with this little area right here, which is my little candle area. I just grabbed a whole bunch of different candles, placed them on this little riser that I made. This is one of my favorite ones. You'll see it on my tabletop a lot. I like it on my kitchen table as well. But I thought it would be a nice little way to kind of separate the candles from the mantle area, or the little, from the surrounding area. And kind of set it off a little bit. So I love that. And then I tucked in a few of the ornaments that I have that were my grandma's. I'm loving that. And this is so gorgeous at night, which I will be sharing a Christmas at night video. And that'll be the week of Christmas. So if you're interested in that and seeing everything all lit up and all the candles glowing, be on the lookout for that video. And then I hung stockings. I love these stockings. I know these are not for everyone. But I find them so much fun. I love that they're vintage. I get them all at the thrift store. I don't pay more than like $3 for them. And I just love the fun designs. So I have these two on this side. I have one hanging on, these are little ornament hook or stocking hooks from Walmart. And then there was this little nail tack right here. So I just used that to hang one of them. And then I have this beaded garland, which is also thrifted and I've had for years, draped across to the other side where I have the other stockings. This one has got the tree on it, and then this one has the cute little wreath on it. And then I have another ornament, not an ornament, why do I keep saying ornament? Stocking hook there. And then moving up to the mantle, here's more of the greenery from that garland I talked about. These trees are from Hobby Lobby this year. I bought 2 of the big ones, 2 of the small ones when they were 50% off. So I thought that was a great deal. And they have that vintage look that I love so much. And then I added these little fairy lights, kind of tucked those in around, added more ornaments. And then I placed my beloved plastic deer. These were my grandmother's. I have 2 that are identical and I just love them. I mean, look at their little faces. So cute. So I have one on either side of this mirror with this bottle brush tree in the middle of the mantle. The tree is, or the wreath is from Pottery Barn this year. I kind of splurged on that and I absolutely love it. It is definitely worth the splurge. And then I just rounded off the other side of the mantle with 2 more trees and more ornaments. So that is how the mantle turned out. So over here on the couch, I have a blanket that I saw at Aldi and I picked it up for $5. It is absolutely perfect in the fact that it's got the white, it's got the green and the red and a little bit of black. And I was just like, you know what? That would be perfect for my living room. So I picked it up, and one can never have enough cozy little blankets. And as you can see, it's a favorite spot with the dogs. I always kind of drape it over so that they can lay on it. And this is like the side of the couch that they love to sleep on. And Quinn here is taking a nice little nap. She is really out. She hasn't even flinched when I said her name. But as you can see, also, I do have my pillows covered with vintage tablecloths. I made these pillow covers 3-4 years ago, and I absolutely love them. I look forward to getting them out every single year. I have one here, and then here's what the design looks like a little better. I have one over here as well. Love it so much. So I made 2 of this pattern, and then over here, hopefully you can see it because it's a little bright right now, but you've got this pattern right here. And I think I made 4 like this. And then this right here is a new addition to my decor. I just went to my P.O. box, and one of my wonderful subscribers handmade this for me. Now, I should know this, but I don't know the difference between crocheting and knitting. I can't tell you which one this is. So you'll have to let me know down in the comments. I wish I should know this, but I just don't. I do know how to do a few simple crochet knots, and that's the extent of my knowledge in this area. But I think this is absolutely beautiful. Hopefully you can see it because the sun's shining directly on it, but it's so cute. It's got little tassels on the corners, and I absolutely love it. It was sent to me by one of my longtime subscribers here. I actually think she was probably here with me on my channel since like the very beginning, like way back when I first started YouTubing. So yeah, I'm super thrilled with it. So thank you for sending that to me. I just love it. And I think it looks so adorable on my chair with my cute little vintage pillows. And I just think it looks so adorable. So I love that. And then I do have this one over here as well. As I waddle my way over here. I have another one of these pillowcases on this pillow. And then this pillow I picked up at Home Goods this year. I saw it and fell in love with it, and I just love it. It's so unique for me. I have nothing else like this, and it's so pretty. So I had to pick it up, and I love that it's like a little miniature pillow. That is so fun for me. Anything miniature is fun. Corner here next to the mantle, I have my record player. It's actually my daughter's, but it's been out in my area. You probably remember it in other house too, and it's what I play my records on because she doesn't really use it very much anymore. And on top of that, I had to, of course, add a little Christmas decor. This is an adorable Christmas card. I love it. And then I have another one over here, and then I thrifted this candle. It is so cool. It has candy canes on one side, and then it says Noel, and then repeats the pattern on the other 2 sides, and I think it is so cool. So I decided to use the candy cane side this year, put a little candle ring around it, and then put it in a little milk glass compote or dessert dish, and I think it looks really cute. So that's what this little display looks like. So that's all I've done in the living room, and now we can move on into the kitchen. All right, so moving on into the kitchen. Sorry, if I'm sounding breathless, all this talking is making me really breathless. Sorry, the kitchen's a little bit in disarray right now, but it'll have to do. Starting here on the counter, I got these little bottle brush trees. I don't even remember where I got them, but I put them in little milk glass containers, and I think that's really cute. And then moving over here to the sink area, I started out with this little tree. I picked it up at Target. It's a lemon cypress tree. It's real, and I just love it so much. I've got it in a little pot that I found at the thrift store. And then this little deer, oh my goodness, he is one of my favorites. This one was my grandmother's. And then the little baby one is over here on this side. I just love them. And then I did add a little candle right here. I thrifted this, I think, last year. Maybe it was the year before. I can't remember, but I just love it. So it's got a cute little scene on it. A sleigh, a red building, and then a tree. I just love it. So I've got that sitting here, keeping an eye on it. I'm a little afraid that it's going to melt in the sunlight, but so far so good. So we'll see how that goes. And then over here on the other side, I've got 2 more Santa mugs. It's got another one of those IKEA trees in it, a little sprig of greenery, and it's all sitting on a scale. And then I do have another candle in this window, and then in the other side. And let's see, my dish is drying, don't mind those. I've got this little plate right here. This was from Target. It's just one of those little plastic plates. I think maybe, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. I think I picked up 2 of them. So I've got that there. And then up in this cupboard here, I've got the Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket that everyone has been asking me about. I saw this on Instagram last year, and I was hoping that they would have them again this year because I never got there. And lo and behold, they did. So I bought a bucket of chicken. This is what the chicken came in. I brought it home, cleaned it up. I'm going to leave it on this side for a little bit. And that's what it looks like. I know at least last year they had a couple different buckets. So I'm going to have to go back and see if I can get some more. And then up here I have this teapot that I love. And then these little mugs that I love as well. All of which have been thrifted. So we got that. Then I've got this little area set up over here. Another one of these little ornaments. Another tree. And some more milk glass. And then I have this little pie plate with this gorgeous little Christmas scene on it. And I just got that propped up with like a metal, what do you call that? A metal picture frame holder, basically. This is thrifted as well. It's a little butter dish. It doesn't have anything in it right now, but I don't know. I think it's cute. And then I've got the whole thing sitting on a thrifted, what is this called? Cutting board. And then the potatoes for dinner tonight. And then we've got this little area over here. Here's another one of the deer plates that I picked up. And then I just added, this is like the tray that I always have out. I made this a long time ago. And I really love it. It's like perfect. I like how long and narrow it is. And we just normally put out the condiments that we use on a regular basis. And then I just added a few little Christmas things, like added some candy canes to the little pitcher that holds the little doggy treats. And then I added this little deer salt shaker. And then I have this crock filled with these greens. I cannot remember what these are called. Is it juniper? I think it might be juniper because it has the little berries on it. I picked these up. I picked 4 of these up at Hobby Lobby this year, and I just love them. I went back for more, and they were sold out. So hopefully they'll have them again next year. So then we have this little area down here. I've got a little stocking hanging from the doorknob. And then this is where I keep my little fun little things. I, of course, wanted to use my mixer and my blender. I love these, both of which are vintage, and I've thrifted them. So then I added my little Santa. And then these are, so I picked out these Christmas cards this year. Oh, and then over here, whoops, this might be a sneak peek for a project that I was doing. I don't know why, but I wanted to make little boxes. So I made one out of the card. They're so cute. They're so much fun. I'll have to share that with you guys if you've never done that. We used to do this all the time when I was a kid. My mom would save all of her Christmas cards, and then she'd make all these different shaped boxes out of the Christmas cards with cute little scenes on them. This card did not turn out so well for that because you want to try to center the design on the card. So anyways, it was my prototype. I hadn't done it in a really long time. I had to figure out how to do it again. But anyways, and then I've got this little plate, cake plate, which on it I have this little gingerbread house that I thrifted. It's ceramic. You can put a candle in it, which I have forgotten to do. And then I have these sweet, adorable little deer. How cute are these? One of my subscribers sent these to me, and I absolutely love them. I think they're so cute. And then the cake plate is a thrifted milk glass cake plate. This used to have chocolates in it, which are now gone. And then here's some more of that juniper greenery that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And then I have my mixer here, to which I added some pretty ornaments. These are vintage. These are reproduction ones that I had for a little tiny tree that I used to use, but I don't have that tree anymore. So I just thought I'd throw them in there to add a little more texture. And then of course I added this little pick as well for more texture. So I think that turned out nice. And then, oh, I should show you this too. This little book was just sent to me this year. I just opened it up the other day. It is the Snowman book. It is adorable. So I just decided to throw that in there. I think it looks cute. And then over here I have this little tree that I put in a stock pot that I recently found, and it's all sitting on my little Costco chair here that I have had for years and years. And then I just tucked a vintage postcard in there, and then this Christmas apron layered over the top here. And Rima is thinking it's time for food. And then for the ornaments, I used a mixture as well. These I made a few years ago. I can link that below if you're interested in them. And then I have more of these like stained glass ones. I also have these wood ones that I bought at Michael's years ago and painted up. And it's just kind of, that's about it really, just a couple of those. And then I have these little mini lights, battery operated. Those are from Michael's last year. So that is that area. Oh, and then we have the stairwell. Rima, stop. I added a garland. I don't know where I got the garland. I've had it a few years. I like it because it has these little mini pine cones on it. I was gonna, this is only like one branch, so it's kind of sparse, but that's kind of what I wanted. And to it, I added some ribbon, and then I tucked in some of my vintage Christmas handkerchiefs. I think that's a little fun way to use them. I kind of just did that on the spur of the moment because I'm like, I need to use these. I didn't know where to use them, so I thought, oh, I'll throw them on here and see how that looked. And I liked the look, so that's kind of fun. And then I just added more vintage ornaments. And then I have these little lights right here, which are on little clips. They're made to go on Christmas trees. I bought these off of Amazon. I can link, if I can't find the same ones, I'll link something similar because I did see them the other day. And I love these because they are battery operated. And they do have a timer, so they come on every night at the same time for like 6 hours, 8 hours, something like that. So I really like those. And then, of course, I'm really digging the handkerchiefs on here. So very simple garland, but that's exactly what I wanted. So I am loving that and how it turned out. All right, so we are upstairs now in my little Tacky Christmas area. I have a hard time filming in here, so bear with me. It's not going to be perfect today, but we have this cabinet over here, lots of storage. I absolutely love it. Used to be in my bedroom at my other house, but I am using it here for storage out here in this room. So I put up top two of my Samsonite, or no, one Samsonite, one's American Tourist red suitcases, which I absolutely love. And then I have this little tinsel tree, which I found at a thrift store. And then this right here is a set of nesting Santas. These are given to me by my mother-in-law. So we get those out every single year. The kids used to love playing with those. And then we have this little bottle brush tree. I believe I thrifted this one. And then this little sign here is from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. I think they have something similar this year. And then I found this garland, which I think is so cool. Has the sleighs on it, and then the red deer, and they're both flocked. I just love it. So I draped that over the edges, which I think adds a nice little touch. And then down here, I have a vintage bottle brush wreath. It is so pretty. This is my favorite. Absolutely love that it's red. and it has this little bell on it, and then it's flocked. I found this years ago, and it was probably one of the very first bottle brush items that I ever found and bought, and I still love it to this day. I love getting it out every single year. So that is one of my very favorite treasures for Christmas time. And then moving on over here to this desk area, we have some ceramic trees set up. This little one right here was the one that my mother made when she was living in Alaska. I want to say, is it dated on the bottom? It's not. But like when I was like 1 or 2. So like 74, 75, something like that. And I recently just found it again. I was so happy. So I have that one. And then this one right here is a white one. I think I picked this one up at Walmart last year or the year before. And then I have another one over here. This is another reproduction one from Walmart. I picked this one up last year. And then I have some of these little deer down underneath the tree. And these were my grandmother's. Those two, along with this little guy right here, were my grandma's. And then this little Santa and sleigh, I just found this year at the thrift store. And then I have this wooden box, also from the thrift store. And I have this brick putz house that my husband bought for me last year off of Etsy. And I absolutely love this thing so much. I'll tell you the story of that in just a minute. And then behind it all, I have this little piece of artwork that I made years ago. It is from an old vintage Night Before Christmas book. I took out one of the pages, framed it up, added a little Merry Christmas sticker, and then put it in this festive little red frame. And I love getting that out every year to use as well. So let me tell you the story about these houses and why I love them so much. When I was a little girl, I would go to my grandma's house for Christmas, and she would always have out her decorations. And one of the things she put out every single year was this little village of brick houses. She would have them all lined up on top of her TVs. She had one of those big old TVs inside of one of those wood cabinets, you know what I'm talking about? And she had like 4 or 5 of these houses. And some of them just lit up, and then other ones did other things. My favorite one was this little house, pretty much like this. It was probably bigger, but the Santa head would come and pop up and then go back down inside the chimney. And I would just sit there and watch it and watch it and watch it. And I just absolutely loved it. So now I am on the lookout for more houses like this so I can build my own little village, and it can remind me of Grandma at Christmas time. So I just thought they were the coolest things then, and I think they're pretty cool nowadays as well. So that's the story of the little houses, the little brick houses. And then, oh wait, I do have this down here to share with you too. It's just a paper tablecloth that I found at the thrift store. I thought it would be fun to lay out and put all my little trees on and stuff. So it's kind of a fun little thing. All right, so, over here, this lamp I got from my mother. I absolutely love this lamp. Look at the shade. It is so cool. So I'm loving this lamp, and I love that it's oversized. It's crystalline. It's just gorgeous. But then off to the side of it are 2 little packages. You might remember last year I decorated these up that I can use them for decorating with. So they both have like vintage wrapping paper that I found, and I just love them. I think they're so much fun. So that's what I have tucked in over there to complete this little table area. A new addition to the space since my home tour is the jigsaw puzzle. I love doing Christmas jigsaw puzzles during the month of December. It's about the only time I ever do jigsaw puzzles. But I sit here and I work my jigsaw puzzle as I watch a Christmas movie, and it is so much fun. This is the one that I am working on currently. I picked it up at Hobby Lobby, if I remember correctly. Oh, you stay back. Get back. That's a good girl. Hello, sweetheart. All right, so then I have it kind of pushed up against my little table here with my cutesy little cubbies. I love how this turned out, so I'll just kind of go through it. We'll start at the bottom here. These trees are from Hobby Lobby. I've got one on this side, one on that side. Get down. Get down. Thank you. I picked those up at the end of the season last year. It ended up being like $4 each or something like that. And then in front I have some plastic wreaths that I love. Got that one, And then I love this one. It's got so many different unique things in it. So I'm loving that. Oh, and then this is a vintage candle as well that I thrifted. I must stop. And then I do have this gorgeous tablecloth that was sent to me by one of my subscribers. I used it last year in my living room, and now I have it up here. I just love it. It's got the little fringe on the bottom. It's got pine cones and candles. And then in the middle here, it's got like this scalloped edge. And then it rotates between candles and Christmas trees. And then there's little bits of flowers as well. And I just think it's so cool. So then, let's see, we'll start over here. The little Merry Christmas deer plaque was from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. The little deer in front, those were for my grandmother. I think those are so cute. And then I have little angels over here, both of which were thrifted. This little corsage, I believe it was sent to me. Yes, it was. That was sent to me last year. I absolutely love the poinsettia with the little pipe, pipe cleaner candy cane. And then look at the ribbon. It says Merry Christmas on it. Isn't that gorgeous? I think vintage Christmas corsages are the coolest thing. So I love that. And it makes a good little thing to tuck into my cubby. So I'm liking that. And then I just have this little, what do you call it? Card back in there with the poinsettias on it. I'm out of breath already. All right, so then I have a vintage copy of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I've got this cute little angel who's singing her heart out. And then this cute little mouse. She's actually a little belle. I like her little dress. And then I just tucked in this little ornament as well. Up on the next shelf, we've got a vintage copy of Jingle Bells, which is one of my favorite books to read to the kids when they were little. And then I have this little vintage candle bell thing. I don't really know what you would call it, but I found this years ago, and I think it is the coolest thing ever. So I love getting that out. The candle even says Noel on it. And then I have this adorable little girl. I absolutely love her little outfit. It's so cool. And then I tucked in a little ornament right next to her. Then let's see, up here, we've got a little baby reindeer who's adorable with a little package. We've got this little basket with little berries in it. And then there's like the assemblage in the back, which was sent to me by one of my subscribers, which I absolutely love. And then next to that, I've got this little house. It was thrifted as well. Look at this little guy up front. He's so sweet. And then I have a little Santa dogs next to him. And then we've got this little cubby, the final cubby. I have this card right here. It's actually a reproduction card that I picked up at Walmart last year. I do believe they had some this year as well. I just loved its vintage vibe. And this little raccoon guy was a recent find. If you watched my last Thrift Store Thursday video, you would have seen that. This is where I stuck him in. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It wasn't Thrift Store Thursday. It was my Thrift with Me video. That was shared with that video. And then I have this little corsage right here. It's a Christmas one that I found at an antique store, and I absolutely love the red bells and the green satin ribbon, and I think it is so pretty. And then draped over the top of it here, I have this little, what do you call it? What do you call this? I am blanking. Oh my goodness, it's a garland. That's the word. And now I have destroyed it. Oh my gosh. We got troubles in River City. All right, here we go. I fixed it. Goodness gracious. Anyways, this garland I found when I was out shopping with Nicole and Jamie in Red Wing. It was in a plastic bag. I didn't even know what it was exactly, other than it was vintage plastic goodness, and I just had to get it. I didn't know what it was until I actually got it home. I thought it was maybe a wreath, but it turned out to be garland, and it works out perfectly for going over my little cubbies. And then on top of the cubbies, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this because it's so bright right now, the sun's coming in. I have a trio of red bottle brush trees that are all nice and snowy. And then I have this set of adorable little angels. These are my favorite set. I love these guys so much. I love their red and white dresses. Their cute little holly in their hair. And then they each are carrying something else. Oh, wait, actually I have two of the ones with the boots. And she's got a gift, she's got a wreath, and then she's got a boot. So there must be another one. I must have the makings of two sets here. Or maybe there was only three. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. And it is a Homeco. So I'll have to look that up to see which one I'm actually missing or if I've just got the start of another set. So anyways, that is my little cubby area over here. Alright, so then moving over to the other side, over on top of the couch, I have these popcorn plastic Santa on this side. And then I've got another one over there. Both of those my mom found for me at a garage sale, which was awesome. And then I have this beautiful plastic wreath. I found this at the thrift store last year. And let's see, the dogs have tore up my couch already. Over here I have a vintage little tray. I used to have a candle ring right here, but I had to move it because Quinn wanted to chew on it. On the bed, I just have this little pillow right here. I've had it for a couple of years. I think I got it at Home Goods. Yeah, that's where I got that. Got some cozy blankets for the dogs to lay on. They love laying on this bed. And then I have this little shelf over here, which I call my Santa shelf. Up top, I've got this little hat box that I use at Christmas time to put presents in. I got that at Hobby Lobby. And then I have this really pretty tin. Right here, it's poinsettia tin. And I have this little Santa and sleigh. And then I have another candle ring with a candle in it. And then I have this shelf right here. In the back, we've got a Santa, what do you call it? Tray. And I've got a little Santa boot with Santa hanging off the back there. Put some sprigs of greenery in that. Then I have this little Santa guy right here. I think he might, well, maybe he's not a candle holder. I thought maybe he was a candle holder. And then I have a couple little baby boots. And then I've got this boot right here. This one came with this greenery that was in it. Very cute. And then this is a Santa cowboy boot, which is cute. And this is just a little pick that I found at an estate sale that I stuck in there. And then this is an old chocolate mold. It's in the shape of a Santa. These little ice skates are something that my mom gave to me. I can't remember if she said she made them or if her grandmother made them, but they used to hang them on her tree when she was little. So I love those. And then I have this little Santa guy right here. He's one of my favorites. And then I have another bottle brush tree behind it. So that is that shelf. And then I have the next shelf down. This guy right here is a candle. And then I've got this little Santa, little kissing Santa. And then I have this Santa honeycomb. I think this is so much fun. I love the honeycombs. And then I have a Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus, or a little kid dressed up like Santa Claus. This cute little tin in the back holds another little Santa. Then I have this little guy. I think he's adorable. And then I have these two come from a set. I did have the girl one as well, but she broke when I dropped her and shattered into a bunch of pieces. I'm not sure. Let's see. It is Homeco. Yep. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. And then I have this little Santa sitting up here on top of the radio. So that is that shelf. And then finally, on this shelf down here, I have a few things as well. I found a white Santa mug a couple years ago, and then this just has a vintage pick in it with the little bells. I love that. And then this little guy right here is so cute. It is actually a tea light holder, which is kind of fun to light up. And it looks like the little fireplace is aglow. I've got this little Santa right here. And then this one's adorable as well. And finally, I've got this one up here. And he's actually a planter, which is really cute. And then I have this little tin over here. I love it. It has the bells on it. I think that's really pretty. So that is what the final Santa shelf looks like. So I really like how this section turned out with all my little Santa stuff. Alright, so then I have this little tree here on a little stool in the corner. And then that brings us to the final section, which is the TV area and the little stockings. I love these stockings. I used them downstairs as well, but I had a few more I could use. I got a Christmas tree one, a wreath one, and then a little poinsettia one. So I hung those on the knobs of the dresser. I think that looks cute. On top of the dresser, I found this table runner, which I think is absolutely lovely, at the thrift store. So I added that, and then I added this tree right here, which I found at Goodwill last year, and then this one as well. I found both of these on the same day at Goodwill, which was crazy. So I was super excited about that. And then this little set right here is so sweet. I think they are adorable. They hold the little candle behind them, and I just think it is so adorable. And then finally, I have these little guys over here. One's holding a little tree, one's holding a wreath. I don't know if these have any markings. That's a little bit of a sticker there. Let's see. Oh, that one still got the tag on it. Surprise! All right, so I just thought those were really cute in front of the little tree. And then, of course, we have the Christmas tree itself. And on the Christmas tree, I just used a whole bunch of old ornaments that either my mom has made, like these right here, or ones, I love this one. And then she also made this one. One year she made a ton of these stars. I just love them. She only has a couple of them left, and she was nice enough to give them to me. And then we have some ornaments on here that were from my husband's childhood. This little snowman, and then this little set of golf clubs are just a couple examples. And then we have ornaments like this that the kids have made. Here's more of my husband's ones. Then I have ones like this, which I have found. One the kids have picked out. That used to be my mom's. Another one from my mom. Another one from my husband. And then the ones like this that we have made with the girls in the past. So I don't know, like just a whole bunch of little things that we have made and used over the years. And I thought it was kind of be fun to put it all on one Christmas tree. So that's what we did here. Look at this one, a little Zoe art project. And then underneath it, I have a few vintage toys. This cute little horse scooter, which I fell in love with. Found that at an antique store. And then I actually found this little Fisher-Price house, which I have always wanted as a kid. So I found that at the thrift store and definitely did not pass it up. I put that in the cart so fast. So that's kind of fun to put underneath the tree. So that, my friends, is what the Tacky Christmas room looks like. So that, my friends, is going to be the end of today's walking tour of my Christmas decor. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments, and I will see you very soon in my next video.